Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Pomera tribe, and we are here with Explorer Lamili, and Lamili has been given the title La Lamili, and we're going to say that the suffix La now signifies the specified explorers for the Pomera tribe. So we're trying out some new things with really building up some tribe lore and being able to weave their stories and their roles, and I think it's pretty darn fun, including how we use the gemstones. So explorers have blue gemstones, and then anyone who is not breeding quality actually will have an orange gemstone in the middle of their chest, and Lamila has that because she has hemophilia, so she would pass on a bleeding disease where her children would bleed to death, and that would be quite tragic. So she is not going to be one of our breeders, but she is one of our best explorers. So we're going to let her do what she does best, and we're going to listen. Okay, there's a mole nearby, and then we're going to scent out some of the trees. So Lamila is going to come over, and we're going to have her. Ooh, and there's a clam! I love how you can scent the clams now. That's so fun. But we're going to have her do some exploring and be able just to reveal where a whole bunch of the berry bushes are. That's really, really useful, actually. And there's some other explorers we have out right now, too, including Poi. Now, Poi could probably be a good breeder, and I'm tempted to bring him back down to possibly breed with Rosie, now that I think about it, because Rosie's one of our gorgeous young creatures. She has double digger paw too, which actually isn't as useful as you would hope it would be, but it's still quite interesting. And I think the digger paws are actually a lot more useful where you have a ton of the open grassland, so I'm moving her out into the open grassland area. She can't do any normal collecting, unfortunately. She does have a good bit of strength though, which is pretty nice. So I think I may try breeding her and Poi just to see what kind of children they may end up having, but we're not going to worry about that for now. We're going to try focusing kind of on one breeding group at a time. And at the moment, we have the leader of the Pomera tribe, Digger Taro. He is not the most talented of the creatures, and he's not exactly the smartest or the one who really has the most natural leadership roles, but he was the one who was given the position by his mother, the former alpha of the tribe, and that was Lamila the Far-Eyed. So I really love that some of our creatures are starting to gain different titles, and we're weaving together a bunch of different lore. We'll have to see how it works out. But we're trying to focus just on like a few of the breeders at a time at the moment. So let's move little Ta Dakir, now that he's old enough, out of the nest, and he is actually going to be following his father, Tidukro. So if the creature has the suffix T, then that means they're of the tiger clan specifically, and they're going to be headed off so that they can form their own little group. Not because they don't care about the Pomeras, but just because they have some ancient traditions that are specific to the striped tiger clan that they are going to try to keep alive. So I'm going to be sending little T Dukro and little T Darkir, who is going to be his heir, off, and they're going to try to make their own little home kind of over here, and we'll build our really tough defenders of the tribe where there's just a little bit more room. This is the peace garden though. Oh, and speaking of the peace garden, this is like the peaceful little section where we started, and Chi is one of our elders. She is going to be settling in and just making herself comfortable in the flowers, and she's going to be passing away very, very soon. But this is the garden where we try to bring the elders. Even if they started far away, we'll try to make it so the grass is clear and they'll be able to work their way back over to the peace garden. And the Pomera tribe and associated tiger tribe just believe this is the spot to come if you want to rest and if you want to be able to move on to the next life in peace. Be born as a beautiful flower is one of the best things you can hope for. So we'll leave those ones there. We also have Lamiko, and I think she would actually make a really good leader for the next branch of the tribe. So I think Lamiko is going to stick around close to Taro and kind of figure out what he's up to and how she might be able to participate in becoming a leader in the future. So she's going to stick around. I'll have her kick the tree, collect up nuts. We've got another little nut from Rala. We'll have Rala collect that up. But yeah, as I mentioned with the breeders, to keep things moving, because I can get so tangled in knots trying to like weave together the family genetics, I'm going to more or less focus on a couple breeding groups at a time. And I think what we're going to do, and this is probably a ancient tradition of the tiger tribe that Dukro has actually suggested to Taro, kind of as one of the older members of the tribe, passing on the lore, so hopefully they can all thrive. But I think one of the tiger clan's ancient traditions is that breeding is very strict when food stores are low low or medium. But when there's abundant food, then they believe in letting love blossom in whatever weird pairing it may. Possibly I should use different wording other than weird. But when we have under 50 food, then we'll try to just focus on like 1 or 2 breeding pairs. And when we have like close to over 100 food, then we may let love blossom between whatever pairings I think may be nice, even if we designated those as non-breeders. Because if you guys remember the spit snouts and the rogue children that we had in the Gnu tribe, they produced some of the most interesting children we ever had. So I do like breeding randomly, but we're going to focus on really getting hemophilia, short-sighted eyes, and no paw out of the gene pool first. So that's going to be what we're going to focus on. So as long as we're under 100 food, we're going to be really strict with our breeding. But once we get over 100 food, we'll start just having a little more fun with it. An ancient tiger tribe tradition passed on by Tijukuro. All right, so he's going to kind of scooch over here. His son will follow as time goes on. And they're going to jump across this spot and work their way up into the grasslands so that they can establish their own little section. And then over here with our breeders, look at little Took here. Oh, he's so cute. I think I'm going to name him, we'll name him Tarkir, I think, after his father. Or actually, what is his mother's? Narco? Narco? We'll name him Narco. Kind of a blend of his parents' names. Rolana needs to become pregnant again. I need Izana to scooch over. What's she good at? She's good at cracking nuts. So we may send her up. She's good at digging and cracking nuts. So Izana, why don't you come up over here? And your mom is going to scooch into the nest. Rolana is very happy just having lots and lots of children. So she and Taro have had several healthy, beautiful children so far. They have had Rosie, Izana, Rala, and Narco. And if I had to pick something that I could give them other than the digger paws and the runner's legs they keep being born with, what would it be? I think they all have normal eyesight too. So far, yeah. Oh, we have short-sighted eyes, normal eyes. Uh-oh, short-sighted eyes with Rosie. What? Not cool. Okay, let's make sure we can work on that short-sighted eye issue right there. And then, do they have hemophilia? Uh-oh, we do have a little hemophilia. Hey, you two, you're supposed to have beautiful, healthy children. This wasn't part of the deal. Do I have... Oh, my. Oh, it doesn't look like you can put the blood... That's so interesting. I could have sworn that the hemophilia used to be something you could manipulate, but I guess it's kind of like the immunity genes now and you can't touch that one. Interesting. Well, I'll leave that be. There's Stinky Tail too, which everybody keeps telling me to get. Fluffy Tail, Fishing Tail, Swimming Tail. Let's try getting Stinky Tail in there just as a little fun thing to see what that would look like. I think that would be perfect for our digger line as well, which are going to be like our little gatherers. All right, so let's scooch Taro over. We're going to have another baby with those two. Wonderful, so they're all done. And now we can really get to the fun of things, getting moving with some of the adventuring that we can do over here. So Rumi, you go ahead. She is another one of our non-breeders, just not set for breeding. Hunter Rico is the same way. They can do a whole bunch of exploring. Darius could potentially be a breeder. I just haven't really felt the urge to make her one. And Hunter Darnu is not a breeder. So remember, if you see an orange icon in the middle, they are not going to have zebebis because they're not very good at having zebebis. All right, and then Poi, he is going to possibly be another breeder. I'm tempted to breed him with Rosie because I think that they might have some children that would be good for that line. But we'll have to see. All right, so Rolana, the wife of the alpha leader Taro, is now going to have yet another child. This is a familiar occasion for her. Oh, look at that! Oh, the nests are starting to get old. Oh, we need to repair them. All right, so little Kukir has been born. He is a double digger. He has short-sighted eyes and hemophilia, so probably he won't be one of the ones having children himself. I think we need to get some collecting skill in for sure. So we'll start thinking about moving that in. Rala. Now Rala is pretty healthy. She can possibly keep a breeder sign. Yeah, in fact, Rala can go ahead and she'll get a blue gemstone in the middle, which means that she's healthy across the board with all of the things that we're looking for. She doesn't have no paw, she doesn't have short-sighted eyes, she doesn't have hemophilia anywhere, and her immunity genes are healthy. So, Rala, you're quite interesting. I think that your dad would feel very appreciative if you could work on things. So let's see, we'll get him out of the way. Narco can step over. His sister, Lamiko. Actually, is Lamiko... I don't think Lamiko's his sister, actually. But I do think she wants to be one of the leaders. So we'll leave her here. She has really good attack, actually. And she's got some good collection. I'll have her move up here then. Do I want her to repair this nest? What would it cost? Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, it's probably worth it to try to repair the nest. So we'll repair those nests. Step over here. And I think we may hold off at 15 creatures for now. So I'll let Rolana collect up from that berry bush instead. Taro, can you sniff out any food? He can! All right. I think he's going to be grateful for the break from having babies. And he can come over and we'll have him dig up some roots for a little while. So, all right. Enough baby having. We'll focus on some more exploring. Oh, there's a bunny! There's a bunny and there's 2 moles. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can we get the bunny? Ah, dang it. And it let the moles know that we were coming. Dang it. That's so interesting. And the moles just keep turning around. That's so cool. All right, Poi, let's go ahead and scooch you over here. You can do a little digging. You can do a little clearing. We've got another awesome berry bush to find over here. And we have a tree that we can kick. So we'll kick the tree. The little hunter Darnu can help us explore over here. All right, and Daris. Yeah, I think I'm focusing too much on the genetics early on, so let's just focus on getting the tiger tribe established. That's going to be our goal for today. We'll get the tiger tribe off to a whole new land. All right, so we'll get the father over here, and his son, that's a pool of water. I don't think his son could make it across. Yeah, we'll focus on getting the tiger tribe off into this section, and that'll be our goal for the day. Look at those moles. They're on to us. The judgment of moles. This is actually kind of adorable. We're being watched. La Mila, how do you feel about this? I don't know how I feel about it, but it's kind of adorable. All right, and this is an everlasting nest, so Rosie will probably be excited. I just think Rosie would make a good mother. She just has something motherly about her. And Izana can come over here and help out with collecting up those nuts. So Rosie, if you're going to be a good mother, that means you'll be good at gathering nest material. So we'll have her collect that up. All right. We did lose Chi. Chi passed away, one of our elders who we had since the old island. All right, let's see. T. Ducro is going to wait for his son. There we go. And they can collect up some of these berries to aid their mission. And then actually Hunter Rico is a good nutcracker, or she's a cracker, so she can come on down and crack open the clamshells. All right, and Doris will go ahead and collect things. I think what we're going to really work on breeding into the tribe once we get to the healthy genes is movement on the digger line. So being able to have really high collecting, even to the point where we might lose our ability to dig up roots, and movement so we can jump around and explore really far and really fast. And then on the tiger line, we'll focus on the defense. So let's see. You guys all done? Yep. All right, and Hunter Darnu can come over. He can do a little bit of clearing. Izana can step over and she can take over for gathering up nuts there. But yeah, see, we're very low on the ability to do any collecting. So, all right, we'll clear these away. Are there any more trees nearby? No! Darnu, I don't remember what your name was. Why did you have to do this? It was Poi! This is Poi! Oh, thank goodness. Poi. No, not Po. Poi. There we go. All right, so I remembered Poi's name at the last second. Silly things, losing their names left and right. All right, so we'll look for berry bushes. There we go. But I do think that we are definitely going to need to just focus on, like, collecting. Oh, I get so tangled up. I'm sorry. The genetics. Deep breath. We won't worry too much about that. I think Lamiko, how old is Taro? They live longer now, I think. I think Lamiko wants to become a leader. And to do that, I think we'll let her explore for a few days. Is she healthy? She is mostly healthy, and she has collecting and claw. Those are really traits that I would love to see in the digger tribe too, because we need to get collecting in there. So who is, let's see, Kukir? No. Lamiko? I need a male who's pretty healthy. Doesn't look like anyone from Lamiko's line. What about Poi? Oh, maybe. Yeah, it looks like Poi might be a good possible mate for Lamiko. So, and actually, yeah. Nope, same genetics. Okay, so yeah, Poi actually may be a pretty good mate if he'll come down here and entertain some of my females. But we're really high up on the number of creatures we have right now, so I need to focus on food We have a little while. So I'm having to adjust how quickly we breed because I'm not used to having so much time with all of our creatures. I swear they live longer than they used to. All right, so Taro, we'll go ahead. Now that you have done your duty and had tons of children, you can go ahead and focus on just being a patient, kind leader, gathering up lots of food. And I have a feeling he would declare that everybody else should work on gathering up lots of food as well. So his children will do so. Narco, what can you do, my little friend? He can actually do some digging like his father. And he doesn't really have the best movement, but it's better than nothing. So I'll have him... I love that we can sniff out the clams. I'll have him head over to the big fields. Maybe he can find some roots. He'll head off into the fields. Since they live so much longer now, I guess we can send our creatures to maybe do some exploring for the most part early in their life and then settle down to have children. We'll have to see. All right, now Rumi. Oh, Rumi! You got so old without me realizing it. Oh, I'm sorry. You won't be able to make it back to the Peace Garden in time, but I'm going to let her try to go as far as she can. Oh, I feel so bad. I didn't realize she had gotten that old. All right. And then we have little baby Cook here, so he can come and hang out with his dad. He's also a double digger. Look at that. That's cute. All right, but double digger is probably not one of the traits we want to breed in. I do think I'm going to let Rosie just go ahead and possibly meet up with Poi and have one child just to see what their child would turn out as. All right, and Lamili, there we go. She's got a little bit of mole that way. That's so cool that the moles are such an easy source of food once you figure out how to watch for them. All right, so let me go ahead. And yeah, I guess I don't have to focus as much on breeding. Huh, sorry it's taking me so long. It's just getting used to the whole new flow and ebb and flow of the age cycles and the life cycles of our creatures. Oh, and there she goes. I'm sorry. I'll try to get my elders back into the Peace Garden. Oh, that's so sad. Rala, you go ahead. Oh, and actually there's a clamshell, so I could collect that. Who's that? Who are you? Narco, invite this newbie. Who are you? Malako, where did you come from? Just out of the blue with your froggy feet. We could actually make frog-footed poison frogs. I love that idea. Who are you, Malako? So Malako, you're just out of the blue over here, aren't ya? All right, so little young female juvenile, fluffy tail, hiding back there. Look at that, immunity D, short-sighted. Bah, I've been trying to breed that out for ages. But immunity A and D. Huh. So Malako. Interesting. Wasn't expecting you. Pretty good on the strength too. So I think I'll send Malako off with our tiger tribe. I think that Narco is mostly surprised to have stumbled upon a new member, but I think that she might fit in with the tiger tribe, especially with the spit snout. So we'll go ahead and say that Hunter Rico said that her father will take care of this newcomer who seems to enjoy splashing in the water far more than they ever have before. And maybe T. Darkir may make a good mate for her in the future. So we'll have to see if we decide to keep her as a mate or not. All right. And then I think that T. Ducro is just a little bit too enchanted to leave the berries behind, even though his son is impatient and wants to get into the grasslands. All right. So let's see. I think Rosie definitely, even though her father is trying to cut down on the number of babies born, is very interested in what Poi might be able to have. So we'll bring Poi over here. Yeah, okay, there is a reusable grass, so we'll start collecting that up. And then Lalamila is having a good time doing her exploring. Can I get... Yes. Man, those moles. She's the mole hunter, I think. Because it's very addicting to chase them down once you figure out where you're supposed to go. And Lamiko, as long as she's gathering food, I suppose it's okay if she stays nearby. She actually has the ability to gather up... the clam shells as well, so we'll move her over here. He can kick the tree. Digger Taro cannot gather up clam shells, but we're starting to get more clam shells, so I could see how Lamiko, being the most resourceful, because she can attack things, she can crack things, she can fish, and she can collect. I could see how being able to be so resourceful at gathering up food for the tribe could really make her win the appeal of everybody who is wondering who the next leader should be. All right, and I think little Kook here would probably, I'm gonna name him little, Kupoi, Kuoi? Kuyo? Kupoi. Kupoi. We're gonna send him up to the fields, I think, because he's a double digger, so they're best up in the fields, and he's gonna pop up and see his kind of rebellious sister Rosie. All right, and then Narco is also a good digger. He'll probably be an explorer, I think. So I'll go ahead and give him a blue on the sides so that he can go and do some exploring. There we go. All right, Doris, what are we going to do with you? Whoa, hello there. I forgot that there was a spot over here. Can you guys smell any? Oh, there's something. There's something right over here too. Another berry bush. Man, those guys are so useful. We definitely need to have more of the collecting ability because we have a lot of berry bushes we could utilize. All right, and Hunter Rico can actually utilize said berry bush, and we'll bring our little new one, our little frog-footed newcomer, who's quite interesting, over to the tiger tribe. All right, everybody good? And then Rolana, she can focus on that, and she can help with collecting some of the nuts. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Instead of having to do endless breeding with our tribe leaders, you sort of have a little bit of time to sit and just spend time with them now. I like it. All right. So can you do anything else, Taro? He really was not the best pick for the alpha tribe leader, but he does what he can to just keep an eye on everybody. All right, and we had a new mutation. Ooh, look at that. Rosie! Roro, what a name. All right, so Rosie has had a son named Roro, and what did he mutate in? Stinky tail? Really? Rosie, you're supposed to... That's so funny. That is so ironic. Then, of course, our creature, Rosie, would have the son with Stinky tail. So as sweet as a rose, eh? If it smells like a rose by any other name, I suppose, is what we would call him. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so little Roro. Unfortunately, he is short-sighted, which earns him an immediate demerit. Darn, I was really hoping for a little bit better, but talk about fun. So he does have a stinky tail, and that is something we want to breed in. Gosh, now I'm really tempted to have Rosie kind of have a line of stinky-tailed children, and if they're smelly and they look funky, we could call them like our garden of roses, and it would be ironic because they would smell bad and they would look totally poisonous. I like it. Rosie, I think we may have you have a few children. Where's Poi? All right, whoops, and there's some food. Good job, Hunter Daru. You must have blended in. Yeah, look at that camouflage pattern and hiding and cover. That bunny didn't even see us coming. I didn't even know we could do that. That is so cool. All right, Hunter Daru is going to move further in. We're going to bring our odd little frog. I think that's what they named her. Little Malako has the nickname of Frog. She'll come along. And, oh, there we go. T. Dakir is thinking about his future as a tiger leader, and T. Dukro is thinking about the fact that he has a soft spot of fondness for eating tons of berries. All right, and we'll have everybody keep moving. Hunter Rico, can you smell anything nearby? There's a mole. There's a bunny eating this bush. We'll have to go after it in just a second. And Doris can do a little collecting, but she's better off helping us clear the area so we can get to and fro. All right, Poi, you probably need to come back down, my friend. You're being summoned. You're being summoned for your genetics, to be completely honest. All right, I might have these two. If you two are going to have more babies, you might as well make a clear path. There we go. Lalamila can spend some more time doing her exploring because it's been far too long since I've cut her loose so she can explore. And we'll have Isana step over here. Oh, there's a bunny burrow. Gather up some things. Yeah, we'll try to focus on getting the food above 50 before we have more babies, and then above 100. And Rolana, kind of like, I love this position right over here actually, where we have the mother of the tribe tending to the nest. We could have a little ring of nest that she can have, and then she is also tending to the grasses because the grasses right there regrow so often. We're literally on top of a couple of the renewable grass sources for proper nesting material. I imagine it's super soft, and then she can spend her time collecting up the nuts otherwise and the berries otherwise. So she just kind of tends to, the mother of the tribe sort of tends to being like a queen, making very soft nest and making sure the food stores are quite nice. And I think that's a lifestyle that Lamiko could really be quite envious of. So we'll have to see what Lamiko decides to do. All right, Dikritaro, do you have any roots? Any roots? Not really? All right, Dikritaro, what should I do with you? I don't know if you're ever going to have more children, but we'll let you kind of sniff around just to see if he can find anything. He could have probably gotten that mole. He's going to play like whack-a-mole for a little while. All right, Rala is going to collect up those clams. And I think Rala Yeah, she's pretty darn healthy, actually, if I remember correctly. Rala is one of the few. Yeah, she's got like beautiful genetics too. So I'm going to send her. How many males do I have with the venomous fang? Would you make a good mate? No, you two are like so identical. Darn you, I'm not going to breed. Poi? Maybe. Maybe. Poi might be good to breed with, but no, he's got crackerjaw. What about these guys? All right. Kupoi is probably not going to be a breeder because he has hemophilia and short-sighted eye, recessive. And darn it, Narco also has the same thing. Darn. All right, I'm gonna have to be patient. And Roro, maybe I'll breed him because of his stinky tail, but that's going to be a little bit tricky too. So Rala may be able to have children with Roro. We'll have to see. Man, their names are getting a little... Actually, Rara and Roro sound hilarious. So their names are getting a little bit all over the place too. So, all right. A little bit of progress being made. Let's go ahead and see what happens next time. So far, nice and safe. I appreciate that. And let's see what may be... Can we get that bunny without being noticed? Bunny jumped right on top of us. Bunny didn't even see the hunter coming. All right, Dakir is going to step this way, and he has found a little section full of bunnies. So we'll have his dad come on up, if his father can get up there. Woo! Oh my gosh, and the bunnies don't even see us because we're hiding in the grasses. That is the coolest. Oh my goodness. All right, so there's definitely a benefit to leaving some of the grasses there. All right, and then little Melilako can clear out some of the grass and follow us over. She's kind of just an odd little creature. I'm not sure if we'll breed her or not, though the immunity would be quite nice. We'll have to see. And then Doris, we'll go ahead and have you clear some things out. But yeah, I think Rosie's going to try to have a few not asking permission children with Poi because they're turning out quite interesting. And we'll have little Roro, who normally wouldn't be a breeder. What are you really good at, little Roro? Not much, but he's good at strength. So we'll have him step over. What are your special abilities? Okay, digging and movement. So we'll have to see what he does when he's older. And he should have a good bit of strength because he's got ram horns too. All right, we'll do a little exploring. Aha, found another berry bush. I love this. Oh, there's so many berry bushes. Okay, we'll show that there's a cactus over there. And then La Lamila can find some more berry bushes. All right, there we go. Rosie, you're going to make your way back over. Poi, you're going to help out. If you're going to have all these babies, you have to help us gather up nesting material to take care of them. And then Narco, he's going to be another explorer. He's going to be La Narco because he's going to be an explorer. And I think his brother is as well. They both have hemophilia. I'm gonna have to be not so picky. But until the end of the life of Taro, or at least when Taro has 3 days remaining, then that'll be when we decide on the next heir and the next genetics I want to start messing with. But all right, let them explore, actually. I think they're gonna have like an era of exploration simply because nobody has told them they can't. And an era of gathering food. I think Lamiko here is definitely thinking that they should be focusing more on food than they are. And then we'll have Rala. We might have Roro come on down. I think those two would be able to have quite a few healthy children. All right, scooch you over. Oh, I almost have a headache from thinking too much about the genetics. So yeah, I'm gonna start just like assigning a leader. It's mostly because like a lot of people get super upset in our comments if I'm not paying close enough attention to the genetics, but we're gonna ease it up a little bit, you guys. We always have some generations that we can kind of relax and fix any genetic mistakes we make. So all right, Rosie I think is going to provide us a little bit of a twist by having some stinky-tailed children. That which smells, does it smell like, if it smells like a rose, is it a rose by any other name? So we've got little Roro. I kind of want to name him Skunk Cabbage or something along those lines. I'll look up stinky plant names and then we can name our children stinky plant names if they have stinky tail, and we'll kind of breed that line. I may have to breed some things out of it, get some healthy eyes back in it, but that could be a lot of fun and start us down the path that we're going to need for the jungle. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.